as it'll be the Dragons of Honolulu. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have a perfect game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
And the Giants send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Muscles him off. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll go up the middle here with Moss. The numbers on Moss from last week's game: 22 carries, 137 yards, and a score.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Back to throw. Ford. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Moss on the give up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On the counter, this is Moss. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get 1st downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dragons will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Operating from the gun, Jenkins. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
He'll get this up to about the 44. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Ford. He'll get this into the hands of Hodge. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Ford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Off play action. Jenkins. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Looking to throw. Jenkins. Flushed out right. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The RPO, he completes it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
To throw on second down, Ford. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. To throw on third down, Ford. And that's incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Giants going to take over again on offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 3 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jenkins. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. On first down, Jenkins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Over the middle here to Brown.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jenkins. And he's going to be brought down here in the The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Moss.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll toss this right side to Moss.
Shifts by him, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Ford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 8.
Operating from the gun, Ford.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down.
A give running right, Moss.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 27. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw. Ford. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Ford. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10.
Back to throw. Ford.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Throwing on 1st down. Jenkins.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
A quick throw complete into the flat out left.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Moss.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This is caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Off the play fake. Ford. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sand.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And for the second time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The offense on third down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, Hodge. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Looking to throw. Jenkins. This will be caught by Brown. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jenkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jenkins. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jenkins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Throwing to start the drive. Ford. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
They'll run on first down with Moss.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to our Tiburon Studios here in Orlando. We'll take a minute and look ahead at what's to come this weekend in week number 3. In the early window, lots of good matchups to choose from. We'll highlight the game in Detroit, a big one for the Lions, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well, one being over in Arlington, where it'll be America's team, the Cowboys, taking on the Green Bay Packers. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, This will be one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2, Ford.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you could really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 28-yard line.
Off play action. Jenkins. That is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jenkins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jenkins.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the Honolulu offense making its return to the field now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 33-yard line.
They'll go again here with Moss.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point. They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
On the give, this is Moss.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
1st down, Dragons.
On the handoff, it's Moss. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Moss.
Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Ford. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Moss, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
It'll be a gain of 5, 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Ford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Throwing again. Jenkins in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jenkins. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
The Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football.
They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
They'll run out of the gun with Moss.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Moss.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Holding offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Ford. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jenkins eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium.
2nd and 9.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. To throw on 2nd down. Jenkins. He finds his man. Complete. It's Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw.
Pushing his way through. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
They'll set up to run the quarterback draw.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Jenkins. Pressure comes and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
The Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
right back to Moss.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
76 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll go up the middle here with Moss.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Moss on the give up the middle.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Off play action. Ford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
That certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
On 1st and 10, Jenkins.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. On 1st down, Jenkins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down, Jenkins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Jenkins. Dancing to his left. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Back to throw. Jenkins. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Jenkins. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Jenkins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Operating from the gun, Jenkins. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen. despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down at 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Going with Moss on the ground.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
They'll run here with Moss.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Now a run with Moss.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
96 yards rushing for him now to this point. 3rd and 3.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run with Moss.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
First down, Dragons.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Honolulu, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.